Alright, I'm speaking to the Brothers Keg.
Hello.
How you going?
Hello.
Very good, thank you.
First of all, are you guys brothers or is it just a name?
Just not related.
We're not the Brothers Keg.
Yeah.
Technically, the Brothers Keg are a folkloric band of brothers from Dartmoor / Devonian folk history, after which we are only named.
We're more like the bards of the story.
Yeah, we can tell the story
okay.
of the Brothers.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of folklore and myths and legends of that I'm starting to sense from the Brothers Keg. But you're not the Brothers Keg. You are the Brothers Keg, but not the actual brothers.
That's correct.
Keg. Okay, understood. Well, I'm glad we cleared that one up.
Chroniclers.
Bearded Chroniclers. Lovely. Well, you guys are a London band, is that right? So how did you end up linking up with APF? Because they're mostly up north, if I'm right in thinking.
How did we do it? I think
You already
kind
knew
of who-
Andy.
yeah,
known
it's kind of-
Andy from the
kind of
scene.
who you know, really,
Seen
isn't it?
APF around.
Yeah.
Knew the bands. Sent them the record.
Yeah.
After we'd recorded it, we sent it to APF and said, would you be interested in putting it out?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah. And we're like, oh, that's sweet, let's fucking do it then.
Yeah. That was it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. And nice and simple then.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't many bands like us on the label as well, so I think he was kind of interested in investing his time in.
I think he didn't mind getting a couple of scummy southerners if they
Yeah.
could drink
Yeah.
and hold their own in the riff department.
No, I know what you mean. You do have your own place on APF. Like, it's got its own. You know what you're getting from an APF release, but there isn't that many bands that sound like yourselves on the label. From maybe it's a southern thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a
it's weird.
Midlander, so I don't
It's
know
hard
these
to-
things.
They ask you, like, obviously when you do stuff to describe the sound, but you never really think about it before you get to the rehearsal room.
No.
And like before you come in, you think maybe you're going to be like doing one type of thing, the heaviest riffs in the world, and then when
Yeah.
you get in the room, it's more of a psychedelic jam out with some
Yeah.
fucking, all the influences of what you've been listening to growing up come out, and you have to just go with whatever you actually make in the room rather than what you decide before.
So you tend to write in the room rather than bring ideas in yourselves.
Bit of both.
Bit of both, but
yeah.
Once it's run through the keg machine, it comes out totally different to where it started.
That's the other thing. Yeah, it might come in one way, but when you knock it around a little bit in the practice room, then
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
No, of course.
And bits happen spur of the moment. And
yeah, it's nice to be able to do those things.
Quite chilled in that vibe, really.
Of course. What kind of music do you listen to that doesn't sound like yourselves? You got any real left
Alice in
field?
Chains.
That's a good
Indian
one.
Carnatic music, I really like. Jazz, we also really like. Love Alice Coltrane. Tom's more of a like.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of that kind of thing, like post-bop, 60s, sort of John Coltrane as well. So it's like, anything with Elvin Jones in, I'm into. But I mean, obviously Black Sabbath.
I think it's a given though that a lot of bands also, especially if they're into skateboarding, listen to like classic hip hop stuff from the 90s.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, everyone loves Wu-Tang.
There's
so
some
that's gonna be
fantastic
there.
bass lines on all those albums. Like.
Oh yeah.
And if they're
Yeah.
sampling from disco, they're
course,
sampling,
yeah.
which is sick. Drumming's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess in a way a lot of doom metal is sampling Black Sabbath but just playing it with a different guitar and a different amp and slightly backwards, but we all do it.
But like Black Sabbath, one of the best sort of like jammy blues bands.
Oh, man, yeah.
They're like not even really doomy, are they? They're like
No.
a sick blues band.
The live albums will do like Wicked World, and it goes off to like, and it's just fucking goes
Yeah.
on for ages, and you're like, well, you can obviously play, they don't just play the song as it is, they'll
No.
just always jam it. Yeah, most of them.
Also, right now I listen to a lot of lullaby music for children because I have a young child, so I listen to classical music on the piano, Metallica for babies. Don't know if you've heard of that. It's
I'm
pretty
aware
fucking
of it,
sick,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
Sometimes a bit of ensemble organum.
Oh, chant. We love a bit of chant
Love that.
music.
Love that, mate.
Medieval chant music, ensemble
Yeah.
organum. Yeah, Knights
Beautiful.
Templar chant music, awesome. Ennio Morricone, also
yeah.
fucking outstanding. Had that on this morning
Yeah.
before we came out.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, let's talk a little bit about riffs. What's the heaviest Brothers Keg riff, would you say?
There's
Top one,
two. There's one at the end of Castle Keg, which we're
Yeah.
doing tonight with Pete Holland from Elephant Tree. It's double beef it up, so 2 guitars. It's quite heavy, but not slow. And then the other one is maybe in the breakdown in Moorsman.
Absolutely.
That one also
Yeah,
is,
gets a bit faster, that one.
The mushrooms growing.
Yeah. Watch the YouTube vid.
And any riff lords that really stand out? There doesn't have to be one. There could be one, but who's the riff gods in your eyes?
I mean, everyone's going to say
Loads.
Iron Me.
They are.
Jerry Cantrell.
Yeah.
Who else?
Absolute fattest riffs.
Right.
Isaiah from Earthless, John from Conan. Monolord's Empress Rising is like a song which I think is like a perfect example of like just bringing one riff in for ages and then like delaying that and then releasing it. I think that's like a sort of like a template for a perfect release of what we've done. But then also Wind Hand and Acid King have like riffs that just go like to another dimension of sickness. Samoth Race were really good when we saw them. There's fucking so many. Stub are quite good.
I've heard they were right.
Trippy Wicked,
Yeah, Elephant
Dunes,
Tree.
Elephant Tree,
Yeah.
Black Orchids, Illuna.
Very nice, very nice. Well, do you feel you've come out stronger or worse after the pandemic? Like, what's your take on it? Obviously, I imagine it cancelled a few plans, but like now,
I think
2 years on.
Just getting back together and actually jamming for this show really was amazing, to be
It's
honest.
emotional,
Like,
wasn't it?
yeah,
It's
just
emotional
like
to get back in the room again.
it felt so good to just do it, and it was good. Do you know what I mean? We weren't. I thought we were going to be rusty, but we actually weren't, and that was nice. So I don't know. I think obviously the pandemic's hit everyone very hard, all bands, but just in general,
It made things different.
It's certainly, you know, just getting back into the room together, maybe stronger, I'd say.
Of course.
Yeah. It was more sending stuff around via email and sharing things on Dropbox than being in the room that we were talking about earlier, which is a different way of writing.
It is.
And it was like going back through the recordings from being in the room and picking the stuff out and then compiling stuff. Man, it's fucking just great to be back out again and thinking about recording and doing shows again. Moving around without
really is.
craziness.
Yeah, we saw Wayne last night. We recorded our album, A Bear Bites Horse, and we're looking forward to doing another one with him at some point in the future.
I was going to ask what was around the corner for you guys.
Yeah,
You know, another album?
Plenty of songs there.
Album
Just
2,
need
there's
to
loads of
refine
them.
it.
Yeah, you need to get in and record it sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end of the year. November is the.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
November is when we'd like to get into recording and put it out in
Of course.
2023.
Yeah. Get it out in the
That'd be
spring, you know.
Yeah, hit the spring
Of course.
wave.
Yeah.
Do some fucking shows.
Absolutely.
Come up to north of England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
Grim
think that's
North.
the thing, 'cause we never
Aye.
we released the album but never got a chance to
You
tour
didn't
it,
get
so
to tour it.
Yeah.
we just did one album release show, and that was seated during the pandemic. So yeah, it'd be nice to actually do this show and then
No,
go from there.
I'm the new guy in the band, and my first show was sold out but seated, and it was a bit
Yeah.
strange, but
It's a
It
different
is a
vibe.
weird
no,
vibe.
it's not the same. Alright, well, it's been a good chat. I'm looking forward to hearing some of the songs live, because as you've not had the chance to play them live, like, I'm sure a lot of your fans haven't had the chance to hear it, but we are at the Dev tonight, so no,
We're at the Dev.
Nice one, man.
I hope it goes well.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
be
gonna be good.
there.
Thanks very much.
Can't wait to see
Oh,
you
thank
guys.
you.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. Appreciate
You're
it.
very
cheers.
welcome. Alright, it's been the Brothers
Peace
Keg.
out, Diaries of Doom.
Peace out.